Okay, so not really the greatest thing. Anyway, I have like 3 minutes to say this before my phone just craps out, so enjoy watching an F-Zero eye catch. This is a reaction to ReviewtechUSA's video on how it's illegal to mod systems in Japan and to mod games or anything like that. First of all, Japan needs to be aware of something called abandonware. 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 Most MS-DOS games, I think all MS-DOS games at this point are abandonware. And what Japan has just done is created a black market. Because if you're not allowed to mod your games or mod your systems or whatever, then that means that old games like F-Zero or another game that I would like to play on my 3DS standard size US edition that came out way too late. Nintendo, why did you do this to me? Another game that I would like to play on the Super Nintendo, which is not available in the eShop because licensing issues and weirdness, is the Capcom-made X-Men game on Super Nintendo. But you know what I can play it on? Forgot that has my phone number on it. This. It's a phone. I can play it on this with an emulator. No problem. And the fact that Japan has said that modding game consoles or whatever is illegal and punishable with up to 5 years in prison and some like $46,000 USD, but that's translated from yen, is bullshit. And what you're going to end up having is you're going to end up having the entirety of Japan's gaming players and all that stuff. You're going to have them rise up. You've been pushing terrible smartphone games on them for years now. They have only like Azure Lane and games like that to deal with. Nobody likes those things, and even the people who play them, they only play them because that's what's available, and what you're pushing as a saleable product. If you could give them things other than that to play, they would. So it's in this case, a law is only I don't know what the exact quote is, but laws only work if they're like, if they make sense and are good. Restricting people from being creative and doing like ROM hacks and stuff. There's a game called, well, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there are hacks of multiple games where they change the characters, they change how you play the game and all that different stuff, and they're extremely fun and vastly different. That's how we got Sonic Mania, Japan. It's also how we got Freedom Planet. Both of those came from Sonic hacks. You really think that's going to be a good idea and that people will stand by that? I hope you have a voting class in Japan, because if people figure out, and they should, I should do a video in Japanese about this because I can. 僕は日本語が話せるよ and わかるよ. Just Japan, no, you're drunk. You're more than drunk. You've done meth and LSD at the same time. This type of law does not need to exist. You're claiming that piracy is a problem. No, by making a law like this, you just made piracy a problem. If you say like hacking online games like Overwatch and World of Warcraft and League of Legends is bad, and that like cheating is punishable, I mean, just kick you off the game, you know? And like, sure, find somebody, I guess. It's a bit weird to do that for like, but you know, if cheating in sports with steroids is illegal and you can be fined for that, then I guess that makes the same sense for online games that are competitive or that you're interacting with other people. But if you're at home playing F-Zero and you hack in a new machine or a new graphical edit of the Blue Falcon because you want to hack in the version from F-Zero Maximum Velocity into the Super Nintendo game, that should be fine. There shouldn't be a problem with that. And if you want to take a Japanese game and translate it to English because it was never released in English, Seiken Densetsu 3, then that shouldn't be a problem either. This is going to hurt the gaming market far more than it helps. And when I say far more than it helps, I mean it's not going to help in any way. It's not going to make companies any more money. You're doing what Sony did when you made the PlayStation Vita. You're going to make a proprietary memory card that costs $80 for a 64 gigabyte version, and then you're going to make it so that it has a slower transfer speed than a secure digital micro card or SD micro card, and you're going to market that and say that it's better. And you're going to make it so that the system only transfers games to and from your computer hard drive if you have Sony's proprietary engine. The more you hold on to this, it's like putting some dry sand in the palm of your hand, and instead of cradling it like this, which would be yes, modding games is fine, yes, having abandonware is fine, this is how you should be doing it. What you're going to do is you're going to do this, and all the sand is going to come out, and you're going to have like 5 grains of sand left between the crevices in your hand. When you say piracy is bad, when you say abandonware is bad, when you say used games must not, like no renting games, all this stuff that you're doing, what you've done is you've made it so that the people who want to play your games will export them from Japan to play them. Look at how the world functions in the video game industry. Like, you guys don't know what you're doing. And yes, F-Zero is fun, but so is X-Men. And because I can't play it on this because you won't let me buy it on this, I have 2 options. Both are illegal. I can either hack this, which I don't want to do yet. I will be hacking this so that I can play Digimon World Redigitized Decode, which you didn't release in the US, and yet I own the PlayStation Portable UMD and have the English hack. You didn't allow, and you also didn't put out the Tales of games that were Fire Emblem style games. I want to play those too. You also didn't put out EX Troopers, which I want to play. But you won't let me, even though 僕は7年前から日本語を習うことが始まりました。More than 7 years ago, I began studying Japanese. I'm still a little rusty because I don't use it every day, but Kamen Rider ga daisuki. I really like Kamen Rider, and I really like Rockman Exe or Mega Man Battle Network, and Fire Emblem, and Tales of. Tales of Innocence is one of my favorite games that I own, but oops, I own it twice, on the DS and the PlayStation Vita. Now, you did release Tales of Hearts in English, but if you don't release the games to the audiences who want to play them, you're going to get situations like Singapore where people import Beyblades and Gundams and Japanese games, and they're going to play them regardless if they can read them or not. I have Kirby Tilt and Tumble and Koro Koro Kabi. I have both of them. So, do not assume, Japan, that because you have decided to, like, landlock shit. You know when you tried to landlock your country because you thought your emperor was God? How well did that work out for you? Because you're doing it again. Except this time you're doing it with this stuff. Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And your marketing team, especially if you work for Sony, or in this case, Nintendo's online sector, you guys need to straighten up and fly right, because otherwise, this little eye catch is not an example of you. You guys would be running along these magnet barriers and exploding. Eventually, it's going to be a case where, in order to have a game console, it's not going to be a Nintendo branded one. It's going to be one that's made by someone on Etsy, and it's going to be able to play anything. From NES all the way up through Dreamcast. Oh wait, that already exists. Am I going to tell you what it is? Fuck that. I want one. If you want to take my entertainment away from me, you're going to have to try harder than that. Your stupid laws don't apply. When you have creative people who have great endeavors that they want to do, you guys are dumb. And a law is only a law. I forgot the exact quote, but the laws that you're making are stupid. And I can't remember if I swore during this, but whatever. It's almost 10 minutes of recording. I'm done. If you haven't got the point by now, then you're too thick-headed to be reasoned with, and you need to step down from your position. So, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.